Speaker of the House Mike Johnson was talking to reporters today, and he said, well, when it comes to Obamacare, we might not be able to repeal and replace it, but we've got ideas on how to fix it. But it's going to take time, and we can't have those negotiations with the government shut down. So Democrats need to pass our clean CR, and then we'll have those discussions. And it's going to take probably the rest of this month, maybe into next, to get the consensus built around how to fix healthcare. But we have hundreds of ideas on how to fix it. Here's the problem, Mike Johnson, and I've talked about this in numerous videos, about how they're not negotiating in good faith. They're not negotiating at all right now. They're just bullying the Democrats and saying, pass what we want and we'll discuss it later. But they did that earlier this year. In March, when they passed the last CR, they told Democrats, we'll talk about the Affordable Care Act later. Well, you've had since March to discuss the Affordable Care Act. Have you? No. This is just another example of how they don't actually have the ideas they're claiming to have. They're saying, well, open the government back up and we'll have those discussions. But there's no guarantee those discussions will take place. These Republicans have proven they're not to be trusted. Look at what they did this year. They negotiated back in March. They got their clean CR, kept the government open, avoided a crisis like this back then, and then said, we'll negotiate later. Well, later never came. And in between there, they passed the one big beautiful bill that cut a bunch of the funding they had previously agreed to in March and said, yeah, we're going to take a bunch of that funding back. We no longer agree to that. We're going to cut that. And then not long after passing the one big beautiful bill, they passed the rescissions package and said, yeah, we're going to cut even more funding because Donald Trump wants us to. These Republicans are not to be trusted. They say they have ideas on how to fix Obamacare. So open the House of Representatives, bring stuff to the table, and negotiate regardless of the government being shut down. If you have all these grand plans, bring them to the table. Democrats, I guarantee you, are going to be willing to negotiate if you present your ideas. The thing is, you're saying you have ideas when you don't, trying to get Democrats to cave so you win this government shutdown and try to make the Democrats look bad. You're not winning this government shutdown right now. You're losing in the court of public opinion, and people are seeing through the smoke and mirrors you're trying to sell them. You don't have hundreds of plans. You just want to defund the Affordable Care Act so it fails so you can get rid of it completely.